Hi, this is Joey Reynolds. I'm playing Who's the Dummy? That's me. Hey, today is World Peace Day. Welcome. It's being celebrated in Times Square. My good friend Paul Sladkis, who left CBS television and PBS television to start the Good News Network. Didn't last long because people don't like good news. We do love good news. We just want to feel good about someone else having all these terrible things happen to them. And then we're saying, well, we watched David Muir. Wow, that never happened to me. Or I wouldn't do that. Or how dare they do that, in awe. Or wow. we are addicted to tragedy and addicted to the dark side because it's so appealing. It seems like there's something that we don't know that we should know about. It's a deep secret. It's a secret place. I was watching Deepak Chopra today, if I could say his name right. No, I know him. I've had his son on my show, Gautam Chopra, and he has lovely children, both I think a daughter and a son, maybe more than that. He was born in India years ago, but I took Bikram yoga for about 20 some odd years, and they were all odd, but great, healthy. That's part of my recovery from the brain surgery that I had this year is because of the great Bikram yoga. And I think Deepak Chopra, coming from New Delhi, which is not a eating restaurant, it's in India. After all these years, he was here since he's 20 years old, and he became a neurologist and a professor over at Harvard, I think, or Boston College, one of the two. But it's interesting how he has never lost his accent. He still talks like this, He's been here 50 years. Come on, Deepak. Let's get with it. And he says, I have millions of followers on my social network. Oh, yeah? Well, I got a dozen. I have 12 people that follow me. But I'm not promoting myself every day, that's why. I'm not trying to make a living doing this, and believe me, it's working just fine. I have a deep passion about meditation. I think praying is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. That's the way I view it. Today is Peace Day in Times Square. Paul Sladkis is celebrating it, as I mentioned earlier. And he has Stevie Wonder and a whole bunch of people. I mean, it'll be a million people. And the strength in numbers that we have, we always have to have crowd approval. And the number one and the most and the biggest and the best. How about just regular? I would like my coffee at Starbucks. I was there yesterday. So what kind of coffee you want? I said, regular. Just give me a cup of coffee. I don't put me in this game of $6 because it has some sort of a boogie, Give me the damn cup of coffee. It used to be a nickel. And I went to McDonald's. They got that, speaking of that drive-through stuff, they had a $5 special, where you get a hamburger and a couple of those chicken McNuggets. Finally, they're using real chicken. Used to be some sort of a meal they put together years ago, but I don't think they do that now. And then they had, what else you get in there? Oh, diet soda or whatever, pop. I think for $5, McDonald's used to be 15-cent hamburgers. Do you know that? I mean, the people watching me now on this broadcast, you would never believe it. That's how McDonald's got started. 15-cent hamburgers. Of course, I was Catholic, raised Catholic, and in Buffalo, I made the announcement on the air, foolishly, it was probably the first out of California McDonald's stand, and it was in Buffalo, New York, and I said, on Friday, you didn't eat meat if you were Catholic. I said, well, you go to McDonald's because there ain't no meat in those hamburgers anyway. Well, we lost the account. It doesn't pay to be a wise guy. It pays to be wise, but not the guy part. You can be a wise woman. I think somewhere I have this gene, this challenging place in my mind and in my heart where I like to fight all the ridiculousness in society. It's a George Carlin-esque type thing, But I've had it all my life, and I never liked authority. And why am I going to start now? I'm on the way out. Yeah, I sure am. For what is it called? It's called heresy. Being against Starbucks, being against McDonald's. I'm not against any of that. I just think everybody's just so greedy. They can't wait to get their hands on your wallet. They take a gigantic straw and start sucking, and take every dollar you got in there. And the kick in the ass on the way out the door for someone my age is a reverse mortgage. You bought the house, and now they want you to take the money that the house is worth and not leave anything because you have gotten money out of the house. You've sold it to them, actually, is the way I look at it. This is like a real scam. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. That's why they're going to count votes by hand this time. You're going to sit there and go, one for him, two for her, one for her, two for him. It's going to go back and forth. These guys are like, they made an art out of a science. And the AI, that's what Deepak Chopra was talking about on TV today, AI. Boy, is he fast to jump on the hypnotist quotient. Let me tell you what happened with him. Years ago, I'm friends with, not now, Wayne's gone, but Wayne Dyer. And Wayne Dyer was a wonderful speaker. I met him at the Billboard convention with my friend Claude Hall, who had Wayne Dyer as a speaker at the Plaza Hotel. It was the first convention ever. He had, I think it was, who was it in New York? There was I forgot. There was a news reporter he had on there, and he had Wayne Dyer. And Wayne is a spiritual type guy, but he was a therapist, and he wrote a book which is called The Erroneous Zones, correcting a lot of our thinking and helping us. And of course, he became a star, but I was friends with him all in all those years. He spent hours on my show every night. He loved being on the radio. And when I was on WOR, he would come and sit there all night long. A good friend, and he went on public television and became very famous, had a lot of books, became extremely wealthy, and lived in Hawaii, and I did my show from there a lot. So when I was first starting on the radio in New York, I was with my friend from King World, Jim Farah, and we decided that we were going to do a show with Deepak Chopra, with Wayne Dyer. And Wayne Dyer was going to do 1 minute of spirituality in the news. We thought that would be a good idea. He got busy and started doing a lot of speaking and going on tour and making a lot of money. So he says he don't want to do that. He said, but I got a good friend in Chicago, or in Boston rather, and he would be good for you. And it was Deepak Chopra. So the people we were producing this thing with didn't like the accent. They couldn't understand him. That's why I made this comment. All these years he's been here, we still don't understand him. He is no Mother Teresa. That's come on, Deepak. I love him, but you gotta love these people. There's so many people taking advantage of the commercialism of making money with books that nobody reads, downloading. I've become a download. That's what I've become. I've always been a load. They would call me that. I don't know. What have I done today? What did I do wrong? I ate the farmer's dog. That's. I'm laughing because that's a dog food. Oh, man. I had my CAT scan yesterday. That's something you won't have in Ohio. No cat's going to get scanned in Ohio. So I'm the dummy on board. And and my friend, John Pizzi, who is a wonderful marionnetter or a puppeteer. He doesn't want to use those words, but he's the guy that has puppets that are very lifelike and funny and real, and they are funny. I said this is the sign on, where did I say it was yesterday? Oh, I said it was the sign on, I think it was, I made fun of him. I said it was on, I don't want to say it again because they're going to bring him up. Every time he's gotten so famous, he loves fame. And Trump, I did it. I said it. I said, this is the sign on his golf cart. We are done with celebrities. I'm telling you, when I first started out, I said, wow, I want to be rich and famous, but not in that order. Too bad. Now I just want to be rich. The hell with fame. Well, you know, fame people bother you. They stick their nose in your salad. The paparazzi follows you. You'll be on David Muir. You'll be the lead story. You want to be the end story, the America's best celebrated person at the end of the news after they have 400 pharmaceutical commercials. How many of these drugs are we supposed to take? And every one of them is said, see your doctor. I don't have that kind of copay money. It's it's Peace Day. I wish you peace. My peace I give you. It's a Reynolds Wrap.